these are the front seat backrest frames for the Austin Healey range. On the left, we have the early style frame, and on the right, we have the late style frame. The left was used on the 104 and the very early 106 models, so that's basically the Austin Healey BN1, BN2 and BN4 before chassis number 68,959. Approximately. It's always worth double checking they weren't exactly consistent. And then this one on the right, the later one, was used on the 106 BN4 post that number, so 960 onwards, and the BN6s, BN7s, BT7s, BJ7s and BJ8s. They're pretty much the same frame. The major difference is the strengthening bits that go from left to right on the latest style frame. There are some subtle other differences as well, but overall you could get them to work quite easily interchangeably there, but that is the main core difference between them. So they are pressed metal, obviously sandblasted, painted, etc. So they work very, very well based on the originals. One thing to bear in mind, due to the way that they get made and then stacked potentially, and then maybe the fact that they've gone into transit over to you, and then how they've been stacked at your end, it's always worth checking. As you can see, you can stack there nicely inside one another, but effectively, especially these earlier ones where they haven't got the strengthening bits from left to right, they're fairly easy to manipulate. So what we always recommend before you start fitting a seat cover and putting any of the foamwork on there is get the frame, get the cushion frame, get the locating frame, put it all together first and make sure that it's working correctly on the hinge, etc. Because once you start putting a seat cover on there, you're basically completely restricting the movements that it may, or limiting rather the movements it may be able to have. So it's always worth basically dummy constructing the frame without anything on there and making sure it's correct to fit your car. We've had it before in the past where unfortunately customers have trimmed everything up, spent a lot of time trimming it all up, it all looks lovely and dandy, then when they come to fit it onto the locating frame at the back where it tries to hit one of the metal locating bits at the bottom there, it's not quite in the position you would ideally like it to be. So just always make sure you do that first. But yeah, that's basically those. We sell these individually, so for a car set you would need two, or two if you have the later version there. I will be going over other hardware pieces for the seats shortly.